there is no truth to the you've been threatened to be killed. No one's threatening to kill you.
Not that I've heard, but then again, Lance has me blocked on Facebook,
can I just start him
so
now
I
and
can't
just
see or
go?
hear anything he's saying.
So, okay. Well, I just want to make sure that
Nathan wants a cadaver for his band.
Oh, we were talking about doing.
Mine.
Have you ever been cadaver surfing?
Let's find out if Kenny's ever been cadaver surfing. Have you ever been cadaver surfing, Kenny?
I have not ever been cadaver surfing. I mean, if anybody needs a cadaver, I'm sure mine will be available soon.
It's a thing on
There you go.
What did he say? I didn't hear him.
He said
that
if you need
he
one.
said if you need one, his cadaver will be available very soon. So there you go.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's just volunteering.
That's so sweet.
He's volunteering his services, sir.
I have a story that I think you and John would absolutely love.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you guys one of my favorite stories and encounters from being in New Orleans.
He's my biggest competitor, really.
Are you planning on going cadaver surfing with Kenny Zombie Jones? Is that what the plan is?
You can't plan.
I would make a good board, man.
It just
I'm
has
like
to happen when the moment and the mood strikes you.
He's 6'4". Let me translate for you.
Okay. Yes.
Hold on. I would make a good
that's a tandem
surfboard, man.
cadaver board.
He would be worth 2 cadaver surfboards.
Yes, yeah.
How tall is Kenny?
6'4".
He's 6'4".
I'm 6'4", but I'm 6'7" with wrestling boots on.
He's 6'7" with wrestling boots
And
on.
he weighs 124 pounds.
And he weighs 124 pounds.
175.
No way.
That's awesome.
I do. I can get naked and stand on a scale right now.
He says he can get naked and stand on a scale right now.
No Skype video right now.
Because we're trying to make sure that when Michael Nagy goes back to New Jersey,
he's traumatized for life.
And Dark in the Doorstep goes out to visit, and they go cadaver surfing. We want to make sure that you are properly prepared. And since we've got Kenny here, and everybody has always talked about, well, I want to fucking kill Kenny Zombie Jones. We'll have something, his body will have use.
Yeah, it's donated to science.
It's donated to science, a.k.a. cadaver surfing.
Do you happen to know who's saying they want to kill me?
I think it's the same person that you think wants to kill you.
I think I'm staying out of this.
Does his nickname rhyme with a sort of Jeep vehicle?
No, I don't know. Well, if they can pull themselves out of their mom's basement in Mount Hope, I live in Kansas City, Missouri. I'll even give my address out live on there.
Oh my God!
No, don't do that. That's not kosher.
I'll be in Hutchinson. At Comic-Con next Saturday and Sunday, wrestling regularly because, well, I am a wrestler and I wrestle regularly. I don't just call myself a wrestler and wrestle once every 2 months. So I actually am a wrestler, and I act like a wrestler, and I carry myself as such. I just don't go flap my gums and then go out and kick and punch
hey, what's wrong with that? I got by for how long? 12, 15 years at least?
20 years. You were in the business.
Yeah, I got a decade.
Well, Kenny. I guess, but before we let you go, share your James Storm story here, and then we got to get back to Dark on the Doorstep.
Okay,
because they're darkening our doorstep. I know. I've used that joke once today.
We left Kansas City that Wednesday morning to go to New Orleans because we had a bunch of stuff going for WrestleMania week. And for anybody that knows, WrestleMania week isn't just about WWE, it's everything wrestling. And like all the main independents run everything. So we left Wednesday, we got there Wednesday night, we picked up Kevin Gill, who many people know he is very close to ICP, the Insane Clown Posse, and he also helps run JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling. He's a good friend. And so we picked up Kevin. Kevin needed a place to stay that week, so he crashed with us. So Thursday morning, we went to the Mike Quackenbush seminar, which was awesome. Got to go learn from one of the very best to ever lace up a pair of boots, in my opinion. And So we went that Thursday night. We went to the WrestleCon Super Show, and afterwards we went to this I went with Kevin. Everybody else went back to the hotel room, and then we went to this party called Walleye Mania. And everybody who's anybody was at this party. We're talking WWE, TNA, mainstays on the Indies. Like, I got there, and Kevin gives me this wristband, and we go. I go into this VIP lounge, and like, standing back there is like Alberto Del Rio. Teddy Hart was walking around with Mr. Money 2, his cat. He doesn't drink or anything anymore, but he was just walking around in this VIP area with his cat. So we get towards the end of the night. It's about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I saddle up at the bar because I was done drinking liquor. I'm not a big drinker, but all they had in the VIP area was liquor. I wanted a beer, so I go to buy a beer. And I hear, hey, I'll buy that guy's beer. And when I say that this person said that, they were so drunk that they could barely speak. So I look over, get ball cap down, pull his head, big beard, hair pulled back to ponytail. And I'll be damned if it wasn't James Storm. All right? So I start talking to James a little bit, so I could understand what he was saying. So we'll jump towards the end of the night and just forego a couple other stories. Me, Kevin Gill, Amber O'Neill, which is now Luke Gallows' ex-wife, and James Storr get in my car. We have to go down to Bourbon Street and find Shane Helms, aka the Hurricane, and we have to get Kevin Gill's bags from the Hurricane because Kevin Gill went with Shane over to this party while I took everybody else to the hotel.
Okay.
So we get down to Bourbon, and Amber and Kevin Gill jump out of my car. And they start going all the way down Bourbon. I say, hey, where are we going? They tell me what bar we're going to. Well, they leave me alone with James Storm, who's a very large man, and he's drunk as shit, and he can barely fucking stand, let alone walk by himself.
Okay.
So they leave me with this giant 230-plus pound man that I'm trying to hold up on my own. Now, imagine me with my frame, 175 pounds, and I'm trying to walk this man down Bourbon Street, which is packed more than what you would see videos of it like Mardi Gras. It's shoulder to shoulder people, plus on top of it, most of it's wrestling fans running up, wanting pictures and autographs. I'm strong-armed people, like, guys, not a good time.
You or James Storm?
Well, they did say, who's that jabroni with, Kenny Jones? But
oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, they were all like, oh, hey. So I've got James Storm, and we're like wobbling down Bourbon Street, and finally we get down to where we're supposed to be. On top of it, we ran into a group of dudes from like Lucha Underground who I thought were fans, and I almost got into a fight with Willie Mack and the Pope. So that was funny. And then so finally we get to this bar. Well, I go into the bar and I can't find Kevin because I was going to dip him. I was going to drop James Storm with everybody else that was at this bar, grab Kevin, get the bags, so we go. Because at this point, it's already 4 o'clock in the morning. Man, I had been on the road all day today before for 13 hours. I'd been up since 7 a.m. I just wanted to go to bed. Can't find anybody. James looks at me and goes, brother, I want food. I'm like, all right, man, well, what do you want? At this point, I've been in the business a long time. I'm standing with a veteran. So in my eyes, it's, man, this guy shouldn't be alone. He can't stand. I feel it as my job as being essentially the green boy in the presence of a fucking veteran of the business to help take care of this man.
Okay, yes.
So I get him and I take him cross street to this pizza joint.
Okay.
And it's like one of those by the slice pizza joints.
Okay.
And it's like, you've been in one of those where it's like the giant fucking slices of pizza that's the size of a dinner plate. They're like $5 a slice. So we go in there, and he's trying to tell me that he wants 2 whole pizzas. And I'm like, dude, those are $5 a slice, and the slices are fucking gigantic. So finally, after about 20 minutes of arguing that he probably doesn't need to order $200 worth of pizza that he won't be able to eat, I got him talked down to about 6 slices. So we get the pizza ordered, we get down and we sit down. We start eating. Next thing I know, here comes this fucking... she wasn't very good looking. She looked like a really super skinny version of like Hillary Clinton. And
Okay.
it was weird.
So hold on. Let me catch everybody up here.
Oh my God.
We've got Kenny Zombie Jones on the phone with us on Skype audio talking about babysitting James Storm, the pro wrestler, who was drunk in New Orleans over WrestleMania weekend, and all the different people that they've run into. And apparently now they've run, in their story, they've run into a skinny version of a chick who looked like Hillary Clinton. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So she slides up to us and goes, she goes, my son says you guys are someone famous. She says, my son says you guys are famous wrestlers. I look at James, he looks at me, and I go,
I sure hope you got that. I was hoping you would got that on tape and sent that to the to our buddy
to the Wrangler.
To the Wrangler, yes.
Okay.
No. So I look up at James, he looks at me.
He's not a famous wrestler.
Famous. I look at him, and I go, brother, are you somebody famous? He goes, nah, buddy, I'm nobody. And his is,
I'm kayfabe.
I'm nobody.
No.
Kayfabe. So this girl won't leave us alone, and she's annoying. We're trying to be people. I can tell James is getting annoyed. So she looks at me, she goes, well, what's your guys' names? She goes, what's your guys' names? And it's funny that you say Kayfabe, because I looked at her, I said, well, I'm Kay. This is my buddy. This is my brother, Fabe. This is my older brother, Fabe. And she looks at him and goes, well, what's Fabe short for? And without missing a fucking beat, James Storm looks at her and goes, Fabian. And
so you're bringing back Buff Bagwell's early incarnations?
What's that?
Yes.
So you're bringing back Buff Bagwell's early incarnations?
Early incarnations of Buff Bagwell, the big star.
That was his first wrestling name.
Fabian.
So I start messing with this girl. I go, baby, do you know how to work? And she goes, what? And I go, do you know how to work? She goes, work? What are you talking about? She goes, do you work? I go, yeah, I know how to work. I said, I look at James, I go, hey, Fabe, do you know how to work? He's like, hell yeah. And I go, how long have you been working? He goes, 22 years. And he looks at me, he goes, how long have you been working? I go, a decade. She goes, you've only been working for 10 years? How old are you? I said, I'm 31. She's like, you've only had a job for 10 years? And she's no clue what's happening with her. And I said, well, you said you know how to work, right? She's like, well, yeah, I guess. I go, all right. I said, so you know tackle, drop down, leapfrog, hip toss? She goes, what? I go, tackle, drop down, leapfrog, hip toss. So when I said it the second time, James looks up from his piece of pizza and yells, get it again! And I'm just like, oh my God. So finally, she gets up and she goes to the bathroom. And I've got KG texting me, asking me.
Cliff Notes version, yes. It's only a 2-hour show, Kenny. Go ahead, brother.
I'm just about done.
Okay.
So I go outside and I find KG.
He's just about done.
And he's with, at this point, he's with Shane Helms, MVP, and Spider Nate Webb.
Spider Nate Webb
very well.
Don't know who that is.
I know Nate Webb very well. Nate Webb's amazing. And I go, Nate, I need your help. I need you to help me run point. So we get across, and Nate helps me grab James. KG goes in and gets pizza. So we get James outside. And this girl's no longer around. So first thing we see, we get outside, and there's a bunch of dudes fist fighting in the middle of the street.
People fist fighting in New Orleans during WrestleMania weekend. Who would have thought?
Yeah, right on Bourbon Street. So James tries to go fist fight with these guys. We pull James out of it. We get him across the street with everybody. We saddle him with MVP, and I said, hey, what hotel are you at? He's like, well, I'm at the Sheridan right up the street where WrestleCon is. James stayed at the same hotel. I'll get him back to his hotel. You guys take KG, and you guys go. And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, we're getting ready to go. Here comes that girl from the bar again. Her name was Jennifer.
Flower?
And so James
remember,
takes
she
off with
looked
Jennifer.
like Hillary.
Yes, she looked like Hillary.
She does look like Hillary. So they tell me, go get him. I go to try to get him. He wouldn't leave. He said, I'm going to go party with Jennifer. I said, you know what? Fuck it. You are a 45-year-old grown man. You can make your own decisions. So she tells me, she goes, give me your phone number, and I'll let you know that he's safe. And me just wanting to get the fuck out of there, because like I said, at this point it's 5:30. At this point it's 5:30, almost 6 o'clock in the morning. An hour and a half after this point.
That's how long a story's taking.
And so I give her my phone number, and they take off. I grab KG, we run up to the Sheridan where Helms had won up to. We get the bags, we go home, we go to sleep. Fuck yeah. I wake up at 11:30 to a text message on my phone. It said, he's with me. And I sent back a question mark. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I sent back a question mark. And I get a message back. Oh, this is Jennifer. James is still with me. Just thought I'd let you know that he's okay.
So he went home with the chick who looked like Hillary Clinton. That's the end of the story.
He went home with this really, really, really skanky rat.
He went home with a skanky rat named Hillary Clinton. By the way...
When was it that Star Maker said that I sucked Hillary's dick?
You guys are learning all sorts of stuff today. Darken the Doorstep. I thought we were going to have them come in and they were going to educate us on the goth industrial world. We've educated them on worlds they never want to be a part of.
I feel like I have to call my parents after this.
Go to confession.
Oh, and then I took a power driver from Joey Janela in the middle of Bourbon Street.
Shower.
Well, Kenny, I got to wrap things up here with our guests. We got about 10 minutes left. I appreciate you being with us. And
yeah, dude, no problem.
We will talk to you soon. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you, man. There goes Kenny Zombie Jones.
He needs to write a book and become an author.
Lesbian mermaids?
No, that's my thing.
Okay.
Lesbian ring rats.
Lesbian ring rats. So... That was I had actually two questions for Dark in the Doorstep. One, do you guys have what they refer to as rats in pro wrestling? Do you have
groupies,
like groupies and crazies and the
people that follow you all around?
People that follow you and want to
in the parking lot besides Michael Nagy?
No, that's a different one. Not yet, but we're taking applications.
Mitchell is.
Mitchell.
We haven't even heard from Mitchell all night.
I know, Mitchell. Why don't you talk? Well, I thought this was on.
Wait, no. Who are you? You haven't talked all evening.
Yes, he has.
Yes, he has. He told us a bunch of stories earlier. He was talking.
Jay, you had a whole conversation about tea with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and the catnip tea thing.
Okay.
I think the tea wore off.
I think the tea wore off. I think it did.
Welcome.
I think it did. So okay, so there. So does that exist in your world? Do you have weird?
I'm not from a different planet or anything. We live in the same world.
Well, I know, but I mean, in that.
Are you calling him a different race
in that music world?
In your society,
in that music world.
Your social group.
In your culture.
Because like in the pro wrestling world, there's rats, and they'll like do weird stuff and pay.
Rats?
Rats? I've never heard that term.
Rats.
I thought it was gophers. Go for this, go for that.
No, that's something else.
Trust me.
They're like, we got these ring rats, and that's what they call them.
Ring rats. So essentially, do we have goth rubies?
Goth rats, goth
Do
groupies.
we know? Do they exist? Yes.
Do we know?
I like how honest he is.
He's great. The whole band's great. Dark in the Doorstep with us today here in our program. We're gonna be bring. Now earlier, Michael, since this is your going away show,
and there's only 6 minutes left.
He needs to tell us a story.
You made a comment about Jay reading erotic screenplays.
Now, was it him or you talking about it?
I don't know.
Being pulled over.
He was like, she should read it. Isn't that what you said?
Oh,
take the bullet. Take the bullet.
Actually, since you're leaving, Michael, since you're leaving on Tuesday, tell us the story that she's mortified about.
No. No, well,
we're all friends here.
What? Tell the one that's okay for radio.
What?
Everything's okay.
No, it's not.
Are you talking about you hitting on the chick at the Comic-Con?
No.
Or are you talking about the screenplay with the lesbians and they were gonna?
Screenplay or
Are you want me to read a scene from the?
Yes,
Okay.
you should read it.
Only because Michael asked.
Because I want to get Dark in the Doorstep's review of this after this has all been said and done.
Yeah, teacup rating.
You can give her the teacup rating.
Okay, now that she's out of the room, guys. No.
Run.
Run. That's right. She apparently no, I won't get into that.
Come on, tell us. Tell us. She had everybody on radio wondering. Give us the PG clip notes.
She's gonna be moving in to her house, and they're gonna like have this family, and it's like it takes a village or something. I don't know.
Okay.
That's kind of the Cliff Notes version. I don't know.
Now we're done.
So,
Wait.
so.
And then she shot on a turtle.
Oh my God! So when you guys arrived on your way here from your world, as we say,
Your culture.
From your society or
from your
planet.
planet, your society.
From the
Right.
cadaver.
Did
the
you
planet
think even
golf
half
regime.
of this crap was going to be talked about or go on?
I think they were worried.
I deliberately didn't watch the show or find out anything about it because
You're smart. Because you may have not came up here then.
You may not have made
you're the first person to ever say I was intelligent. I appreciate that. But I wanted to be surprised. So yeah.
My radio host is like a real life Peter.
I have nothing. Yeah. So.
Peter Griffin.